Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. But if you are new here, then welcome. It's always great to have new people. All right, we're about to get started on a collective message. We're going to be talking about what's blocking you, all right, in life, within love, within career, whatever it is. This is mainly a singles and relationship oracle deck, so we may mainly get into the platonic romantic involvement of it all, rather career or work, but just I'm sure you can still find a message in there for you regarding that. All right, so off the rip, for some of you guys, you're this lone wolf. For others of you, you fear touch. Okay, and for others of you, you probably believe in soulmates, or maybe you don't. So let's see. No energy exchange needed. All right. And for others of you, you're probably tolerating abuse. All right. So what is blocking you when it comes to why you're single, or when it comes to why you're still in a relationship or scared to be in one? Whatever it is. So for some of you guys with the soulmate only energy, it says you have many soulmates who would be great for you. There's not just one. So don't limit yourself or alienate yourself by putting all your eggs in one basket, right? Fear of touch. Now be mindful, this is not a personal, it is a collective. So just take the messages that resonates for you and only you, all right? Now with fear of touch here, maybe some of you guys are scared to get deep, right? Maybe some of you guys are scared to be physical because maybe you have trigger warning, sex wounds, or whatever the case may be, right? It says you don't trust touch. Take small steps until you feel comfortable with others, all right? Don't pressure yourself. Don't feel bad. Be gentle with yourself, all right? And make sure you also dive into inner child healing and shadow work. Healing will do you great justice. Now, lone wolf. Are you really a loner, or are you afraid of loving someone who could hurt you? Right. So once again, this is what's blocking you. If you're not able to stay for the whole message, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. All right. So for some of you guys, you may feel like, oh, I'm this introverted person, when in reality, you could be extrovert, and you could be choosing to isolate yourself or just be in this loner energy because you fear being hurt, right? You're afraid of loving someone who has the potential to hurt you, all right? And we also have tolerating abuse. It says any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well, okay? So I hope you're not in an abusive relationship. If you are the abuser, please understand that this is not helping develop your character. And it's also you possibly putting out more harm into the world. Even if you are a good person and you probably only came into this energy because of this and that, right? Or maybe you're like, oh, this person hurt me and this is just the way I reacted. It's really no excuse, right? Just like vice versa, there's no excuse. So just be mindful of that. But if you're not the abuser and you're the one that is or was being abused, any kind of abuse, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, sexual, whatever, it is not okay. And you actually deserve someone who treats you well, okay? So if you're just now coming in, this is the Singles and Relationships Oracle deck that talks about what's blocking you, right? When it comes to intimacy, when it comes to connections, when it comes to your life or love life overall. All right, what is blocking you? This says, what is blocking you from having love in your life or keeping you from finding the soulmate you desire? What is holding your partner or love interest back from being with you or being able to commit to you? All right. That's basically what we're getting into. This oracle deck with 80 cards tells you what you need to know about yourself or your lover. All right. To help you do deep shadow work to clear these blocks to intimacy and true love so you can have the amazing relationship you deserve. Right. For some of you guys, we got incomplete. You want someone who completes you, but you need to be whole on your own. Okay? Nobody can fill that void but you. Nobody can complete you but you. Okay? For some of you guys, we have addiction. Thank you for double tapping the screen. I appreciate that. All right? It says you are either obsessed with someone or struggling with addiction. Get help. Okay? Obsessions, addictions, this is not the answer. It's not a cure. It's not okay. Sometimes you get too comfortable and you just say, oh well, it's my life, da da da. But at the end of the day, growth is what's important. Who you are within is what's important. Don't settle and don't accept things that you don't deserve, or give off things that other people don't deserve, right? So you are either obsessed with someone or you're struggling with addiction, whether it's within, we know what addictions can be, right? But it doesn't have to be specifically one thing. Okay, because usually when you hear addiction, you don't think like sex addiction or this and that. You probably think far along when it comes to other things, which I can't really say. So there's many forms of these types, right? We also have body shame. So it says you feel unattractive to others. Work on accepting yourself, flaws and all, because I promise you, people who really know about loving themselves know about loving other people, and your body is not an issue. All right? So you feeling unattractive doesn't mean other people feel like you're unattractive. It's all in your head, right? So some of you guys, what's keeping you from love or being in a relationship or whatever the case may be is because you feel unattractive to others. Work on accepting yourself, flaws and all. All right? We also have excuses. It says you have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can work. All right? Some of you guys are probably Mr. Excuse Man, Mrs. Excuse Woman. Always making excuses of why something can't work, why it's not working, why this, why that. How about you shift it around and find reasons that it can work, okay? It says not talking. You aren't communicating your needs clearly. You need to discuss how you feel. Maybe that's why some of you guys kind of, get blocked or stopped on your tracks when it comes to things. You have to communicate. Some people, yes, telepathy is a thing, but not everybody can read your mind, okay? Unlovable. Practice radical self-acceptance and love yourself with all your flaws. You are lovable. I don't know who, when, what, where, how do people come into the energy where they feel like they're unlovable, but it may stem from when you're a kid. A lot of things stem from when you're a child. So that's why inner child healing and shadow work is really important, or healing overall, whether you want to get into chakra healing or, this and that, right? So practice radical self-acceptance and love yourself with all your flaws. All right, we also have judgment. It says, don't be too quick to count someone out. Be open and give them a fair chance. All right, so some of you guys, judgment is holding you back. For others of you guys, you're probably putting all your eggs in one basket, not feeling like you have many people who could love you or many relationships that could be great for you. All right, for others of you guys, you fear touch. All right, you don't really trust touch, so you need to take small steps until you feel more comfortable with other people. All right, for others of you guys, it's addictions that surface your energy, whether you become obsessed with people, whether it's other things that's involved. You're being encouraged to get help, right? And coming into my next point, which is nobody can fill that void, is I guess I created that on my own. I guess it's not on the card. But yeah, some of you guys is body shame, right? You feel unattractive to others. So you need to work on accepting yourself, flaws and all, right? Next, unlovable. Some of you guys feel unlovable, which is why you need to practice radical self-acceptance and love yourself with all your flaws, okay? For others of you guys, you're just making excuses. You need to create things, you need to find reasons that it can work instead of creating excuses or having many reasons that it never works out, okay? Some of you guys, you're not talking. Communication is key. You need to open your mouth. You need to state what you want. You need to express your needs clearly, concisely, okay? You need to discuss how you feel. The other person is not going to know because we're all autonomous human beings. We all are very, very different. We have our own minds. We all grew up differently, okay? So you need to really communicate. You need to talk. Then maybe you'll see change, all right? Some of you guys are loners, but in reality, you're not truly a loner. You just don't want to get yourself hurt, all right? You're afraid of loving someone who could hurt you. For others, tolerating abuse, all right? So remember, any kind of abuse is not okay. You deserve someone who treats you well. So I hope you're not settling in connections that mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, sexually cause abuse or whatever the case may be. Okay. Oh, the incomplete energy. That's where I had got it from. Some of you guys, you feel like another person is going to be there to make you whole again. Nobody can make you whole. All right. Nobody can fully make you the happiest woman or man on earth. They can only add to your life. All right. So if you know that you have a void or, you know, things that you need to tend to within, a person is not going to be able to fill that void. You can only complete yourself. Another person cannot complete you. All right. Some of you guys, it ties to vulnerability. You cannot express true intimacy unless you open your heart and be yourself. All right. Be you, because everyone else is taken. Being you is the most beautiful thing that you can do because there's nobody else on the planet like you. All right. Love yourself. Heal those inner child wounds. Okay. But yeah, that's pretty much what's blocking you all. Okay. So on the back of the deck, we have being a victim. It says you feel helpless to change your love life, but you can change whenever you want. Yes, don't be a victim, honey. Know that you do create your life as well. We all are co-creating in our lives. You consciously or actively make choices in your life. Now, it's true that you may allow your beliefs, because, you know, beliefs, actions, that's what creates our reality. So, at the end of the day, no matter what you believe in, you're still creating your reality. For instance, if you're religious, so your life is based on religion, that's no excuse. You still are making active choices in your life. You still are deciding to be in a certain space, in a certain mindset. It's all on you. Okay? Whether you're spiritual, whether you're atheist, there's no, you create your life. Okay? So the victim blaming and shifts is really not true to an extent, depending on what we're talking about. If we're not talking about victim versus survivor energy, like you going through things in your life, and well, it can also be similar to that. Like, for instance, if you were cheated on, and you probably look at yourself as being a victim, when in reality, we may not be as much as a victim as we think we are, because we've seen the red flags, but we still chose to proceed, right? So just pay attention. Just pay attention. All right. Whew. Let me see. Alrighty. Now before, because I was just on live, but I was on my main account, and we were focusing on a love message. So I don't know if I want to get back into that or if I just want to start from scratch and dive into something else, but all right. I'm gonna use this deck. You could be seeing 1s and 5s, or angel number 6 could be really significant for you. I don't know why my brightness is so low on this phone, but it's fine. Ooh, I think I turned the brightness up on here. How the heck do I, okay. Ooh. Alright. Feel the energy running around me. What is the message here for the collective? What is the message here? All right, so 577 angel number could be very significant. 77. All right, some of you guys, I'm seeing new beginnings. So I feel like who you are, and be mindful, this is a collective, it's not a personal. You could be someone who's humanitarian, very generous, right? You probably had this very calm life, or you probably operate in the space of having a calm life. You care for others. You're very humane, very ethical, right? Aquarius, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, Gemini energy could be very significant. You could have these placements. It doesn't have to be your sun sign. Okay. So if we're going based off of past, present, and future aspects, I feel like in the past you could have took on an adventure. Maybe you literally traveled, or maybe this was just a new beginning in your life. Think of a baby, right? For some of you guys, babies could be significant. You could be pregnant, you could be having a baby very soon, or whatever the case may be. But this can also be a birth of something, like new beginnings, a project, life, whatever it may be. So I feel like a lot of things were just smooth sailing, right? Things were working out, whatever the case may be. And I feel like you've entered this direction change. Like you probably were going down a certain path and you probably shifted direction, right? Probably started going another way because you had probably this moment of truth, excuse me, for there to be like a change in circumstance, or maybe there was a turning point that happened in your life. Okay, and this was like free will. Like you decide, regardless how you want your life to go, which path you want to go down, whatever the case may be, right? But I feel like you need to watch out for something, right? You're very determined. You have a lot of fuel, right, to ignite this fire within you. But I feel like a lot of things are not really what it seems. Okay? Maybe some of you guys could have been projected on. When you're projected on, your reality is no longer going to be yours. You're going to be living other people's lives because you've been projected on. The way that you would have went about things, the way that you would have believed in things or navigated in life, it has been shifted because somebody else told you this is the way you're supposed to live your life. This exists. Boom, boom, bam, you know? So at the end of the day, maybe some of you guys are just keeping your fingers crossed, hoping that everything works out. And you're probably operating in a space of projections and free will at the same time. But if this is future energy, then I'm seeing, like, for some of you guys, a volatile situation. Or maybe something unpredictable happening. Now, this could just be a warning message. It doesn't necessarily have to be written in stone and this is going to happen. This could just be warning you ahead of time so that you can have the opportunity to shift it, to change it. For others of you, maybe you're going to come into this space regardless. Maybe for some of you guys, this has already happened. Because like I said, from a past, present, future standpoint, that's different. But if all this, the cards don't have to just be read in past, present, and future, because that's not basically how I wanted to interpret the message. But naturally, this is a past, present, and future spread. So it really can go either way, right? For some of you guys, you probably were journeying in a particular way, and then you ended up coming across a different way of going about things, and you probably reach a certain point to where, like, something may have happened. But maybe this strikes encouragement. You know, sometimes when you go through things in life, sometimes it can be your fuel, you know, to be back motivated or inspired or whatever the case may be. But we're going to confirm it because it can really mean anything. So let's see. So the yacht, it ties to adventure, affluence, luxury, mobility, travel, great ease, smooth sailing, sophisticated, with the wind, self-indulgent, prosperity, comfort, wealth, over the top, and extravagant. So as you see, it can be about many things, including wealth, travel, etc., right? So you'll just have to apply it to how it fits. All right, other energy, and this is the 5 of Gemini, or angel number 5, with Gemini energy being significant. Okay, now we have the 7, angel number 7, coming out with the energy of Capricorn, which ties to forked road. It reminds me of that saying, a fork in the road, but it says forked road. All right, which can tie to a direction change, options, free will choice, opportunity, alternatives, multiple choice, the moment of truth, crisis, possibilities, turning point, and a change in circumstance. So instantly I got the energy like some of you guys probably could have been living this luxurious life, or you could have been operating in this certain space, and then something just came and shifted your whole reality, right? But like I said, just apply the message how it fits, because as you see, it can really be about many things. All right, and we also have the, I actually don't know how to pronounce this, but it's Kerosene. Kerosene. Maybe it's a kerosene or something like that, but it's a particular bucket or kettle looking thing, right? So another angel number 7, and this is associated with the energy of Aries, which is a fire energy. This is Capricorn energy, which is earth energy. This is Gemini energy, which is air energy. All right, air ties to like the mental or logic or communication, travel, whatever, you know, whatever you believe in. Because depending on what you're talking about, whether it's tarot, astrology, numerology, it all really has its own separate meanings. Earth energy can tie to like grounded energy, the aesthetics. Well, I'm probably mainly thinking of Taurus, but earth energy, Venus rules earth for sure. So it most definitely can tie to love, but also can tie to like grounding. I know I'm forgetting something else. Usually when I'm channeling, my brain just be child somewhere else. But you can always look up what earth energy signifies: fire, air, water. Okay? They all mean different things depending on what you're talking about. If you're talking about tarot, it's probably going to be different if it's something else, right? Okay, so this energy represents aggressive, accelerate, ignite, determined, fuel, encourage. Ooh, so something could have sparked up something within you. This direction change, or maybe the things that you've experienced in the past that will promote the present. You know, maybe something sparked up some type of, it ignited something, or maybe this has yet to happen. Maybe you've experienced the past, you're currently in the present, and by the time you reach the future, which the future can be tomorrow, a couple hours from now, a year from now, it really all depends. For a lot of you guys, it could be 7 days from now. I feel like something is going to spark something within you, whether it's a volatile situation or whether it's something that's unpredictable. You know, it really all depends on who you are. But this energy can also tie to ignite, determined, fuel, encourage, sustain, powerful, stimulate, volatile situation, provoke, watch out, powerful, stimulate, volatile situation, provoke, watch out, unpredictable, combustible, propel, and hot. All right. Now, with the 7 of Aquarius, or the angel number 7 in the Aquarius energy being significant, which Aquarius is another air energy. This is on the back of the deck. Some people who read cards, they feel like the back of the card, you know, it has meaning or it's important or whatever the case may be. But if it doesn't resonate for you, it doesn't resonate for you. But I'm going to read it, okay? This ties to optical illusion. So it says, not what it seems. Be mindful that these are just different things that this energy could pertain to. All of the above could be significant, but for you and your life individually, maybe 1 or 2 things from this could be significant. Maybe several. It all really depends on who you are. Okay? Now, if you're not able to stay for this full message, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. And if anybody wants to get on the list before I get off of live, then just let me know. Because if you can't afford my prices, I also accept donation-based readings, which is basically anything that you're able to afford. Okay, so when it comes to this card, it can tie to not what it seems, a mirage, trap, unclear, visual effect, confusion, head trip, a trick, hallucination, hocus pocus, sleight of hand. If some of you guys don't know what this means, I encourage you to look it up. All right, projection and predictive programming. On the back of this, we have changing. This ties to the angel number 5. This card can be a yes or a no card. All right. It says at this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything can happen. All right. So maybe something is not as clear due to predictive programming, projection, magic, confusion, or something just being unclear, right? Angel number 777 is here. But I did say I was going to confirm these energies, so let's go ahead and do that now. Confirm the yacht. What is this energy referring to? Okay, confirm the forked road. What is this energy confirming? What is this energy telling me? Okay, we got 2 cards here. Oh, we got a time frame as well. All right, what is this 7 of Aries energy trying to tell me with the kerosene? Oh, 3 cards. Wow. And also a time frame. All right. And let's confirm the optical illusion. On the back, we have shield. So maybe protect yourself from optical illusions. Protect yourself from being tricked. Protect yourself from hallucinations, confusion, traps, projection. All right, but we're going to confirm it still. Confirm this optical illusion energy. What is this trying to do? Confusion, traps, projection. All right, but we're going to confirm it still. Confirm this optical illusion energy. What is this trying to do? So I feel like the optical illusion can tie to the mother lode, which can tie to prosperity, jackpot, success, good fortune, having plenty, moneymaker, sudden wealth, the real deal, on easy street, accomplishment, advantage, fortune, and the prime source. Mother lode, that's the definition of the mother lode for this energy. So for some of you guys, like I said, it doesn't have to be everything here, but it can be several or 1 or 2 things, right? This is our number 1 energy, which is tied to the Virgo energy. Okay, sometimes depending on the suits and the angel numbers, I like to look like kind of shift it towards tarot sometimes, or astrology. So sometimes I'll look at this Ace of Virgo as the Ace of Earth in tarot, which is the new beginnings card within earthly matters, prosperity, or whatever the case may be. And since we're dealing with the 7 of Aquarius, which can literally be the 7 of Swords, because if the 7 of Swords in tarot represents Aquarius energy, then it most definitely could be referring to that tarot aspect, you know. So so yeah, for some of you guys, this optical illusion can tie to prosperity, success, something being the real deal, or accomplishments, right? Maybe accomplishment on how you feel it is not really what you think. Like, say for instance, you'll feel like, oh well, I'll have to accomplish this in order to be successful, or in order for it to be deemed as accomplishment. When no, that could have just been something that was projected on you, and that's not necessarily what that has to be, right? Or maybe you feel like something is a good opportunity, success is here, when in reality, it's probably not what you think. It's probably you're probably viewing it from a state of confusion, unclearness. Maybe for some of you guys, you probably are doing spells within prosperity. It really all depends, you know. A lot of these messages can be looked at from many standpoints. So once again, just apply to how it fits. All right, let's see. January 7th could be significant, or July the 1st could be significant. And we're in May. So July 1st for some of you guys, maybe write that down on your calendar. Something may be going on, and maybe there's something you need to pay attention to, right? So a lot of these things can be in the form of blessings or lessons. It really all depends. Maybe for some of you guys, it's talking about both. So just pay attention, because some of you guys, you will probably be able to prevent something from happening that doesn't necessarily need to happen, or maybe it's just a lesson that you're going to be learning, which you don't have to be scared of experiencing, right? Now, with this Jade energy, which I told y'all was talking about adventure, luxury, affluence, mobility, self-indulgent wealth, over-the-top extravagant prosperity, and all of this other stuff, we got Sword and Scales, which talks about truth, justice, due process, by the book, appeal. And by the book, I mean B-Y, not B-U-Y. But if you're being encouraged to go to the library, check out a book, or buy a book, then go ahead and do so. But this is basically saying that something is by the book. Just wanted to confirm that for people who needed me to elaborate more on that. We also have appeal, balance, make amends, law, integrity, cut to the chase, fair and square, fair play, equity or equity, even keel, which is K-E-E-L, legal matters, and hear me out. Okay, so for some of you guys, there's a lot of justice that's coming towards you, to where, like, maybe this is in a form of adventure. Maybe this is in form of a luxurious life. All right, maybe some of you guys got money coming in, which I most definitely, with all these different cards I'm seeing, with prosperity and wealth and all this, you most definitely have some money coming in, right? This is your due justice. Especially from having integrity, or especially from some type of lawful situation. Like maybe you're going to get justice when it comes to the law or a legal situation, or whatever the case may be. All right. For others of you, this message could just be talking about, yeah, just truth, justice, legal matters, or like really different things, whether it's somebody wanting you to hear them out, they're wanting you to hear their side of things, whether it's you wanting to be heard, like whatever it may be. Okay, but I am seeing that some type of justice is gonna come through. I'm seeing an appeal here. Maybe you're encouraged to get something appealed, or maybe something will be appealed. It really, once again, all depends on who you are. Okay, so I feel like some of these can be confirmed again, just so we can get more specific on what it may be talking about. But we're going to do that in a sec. Okay, we're going to move forward to the fourth road energy that I was talking about, that tied to the direction change and the options and everything, right? So this could be happening, or this could have happened around the winter time. All right, the waning quarter moon is very significant. If some of you guys don't know what the waning quarter moon can tie to, because a lot of moon phases have meanings, right? So you can always look up, what does the waning quarter moon represent? Okay, it also has the crone on here, and I remember I have this deck. I have this archetype deck, and it also has the crone there, and I think the crone can tie to wisdom. If I'm not mistaken, I'm probably mistaken, because I forgot. But the crone energy is very significant. All right. And once again, the winter time could be significant, or within the next 9 to 12 months could be very significant. All right. There may be some type of direction change, or multiple choices that you will have, or a turning point that will happen in your life. Okay. You could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, or yeah, you don't have to be though. Okay, and also, because it came out with this, and it also came out with the birdcage energy, which ties to possessive, codependent, cling, restless, oblivious, controlled, sing anyway, want freedom without consent, dominion, watched, hostage, confined, jealous, trapped, and predator. I seen trapped twice. Or no, I seen trap, and I'm seeing trapped. Okay, so just because I'm an intuitive reader, if I see something that says trap, and then I see another message that says trapped, I'm gonna feel like whatever the trap was, you're gonna actually become victim to falling for it. Since now we're talking about past tense trapped energy. But once again, it's not a personal. This is a collective. So some messages may not resonate for you. So only take what resonates for you. All right, so this cannot, I'm even getting intuitively that this can even be how you feel. Like, say for instance, if some of you guys are going to have a baby, right? Some of you guys can probably be in the energy to where, like, this is something that's major. This is something that's going to change your life. But maybe you're going to feel like, oh, this person trapped me. You know, so it really all depends on really who you are. So this could be something that you feel, or something that's the actual case, right? And it's going to be happening within the next 9 to 12 months, or around the winter time. I'm still going to confirm more of these to get a more specific energy, but I'm sure you guys know your life, so you'll probably be able to align it perfectly. Angel number 567 could be very significant. And water energy. All right, so confirming the energy that we were talking about that tied to the kerosene, if I'm pronouncing that word right, which tied to accelerate, ignite, encourage, aggressive, volatile situation, provoke, unpredictable, etc. We got happening soon. Okay, so that's the time frame for this situation. Whatever this is talking about, it's going to be happening soon. Okay, this can tie to some type of water energy, or maybe you're a person of water energy, even if you're probably like an earth sign or something. The person of water is the emotional idolist, right? It ties to healers, counselors, advisors, authors, right? This card can tie to people who are emotionally connected, psychic, empathetic, intuitive, sensitive, heart-centered, people who feel deeply, and also people who take things personal. So maybe that's why the situation is turning out this way, because you're a person that takes things personal, right? So a lot of things to you, if that's this message for you, then of course you will see things as misfortune, hardship, trial, going 2 steps forward or going a step forward but taking 2 steps back. Like, it really all depends on your perspective, how you view life, okay? Because if you weren't a person that took things personally, then I feel like certain things wouldn't happen, you know? So maybe when it comes to the near future, you should learn how to master your emotions, right? Don't allow your emotions to get the best of you, because if you do, maybe something is going to come about that's not going to be the best, right? Maybe you're going to be filled with anger or sadness. It really all depends. All right. But the broken vase or the broken vase, right? It ties to hardship, misfortune, trial, overcome, crisis, 2 steps back, change of state, grief, fix it, opportunity, pressure, burden, destroy, adversity, accident, disappointments, and setback. All right, so do not let your emotions get the best of you. Anything that's out of your control is out of your control. It's no need to stress or worry over it. Focus on the things that you can control, which is your own emotions. I understand that you're this healer, this humane or humanitarian individual who takes things personally, but sometimes you need to learn how to really control your emotions. Like, yeah, you may be right to feel upset. Maybe you may be right to be sad. But there are positive outlets for these emotions, because if you allow it to consume you, overpower you, then you may not get the best results, right? And this is something that's going to be happening soon, so confirm more of this. Maybe this could be from a water sign, or like I said, maybe you're the water energy. Like, you could just be an emotional idolist. You don't really have to have a sun sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but maybe you can have these placements somewhere in your chart. A Taurus and Aries can also be significant, right? Or earth, fire, water energy. So yeah, maybe you're, and like I said, you know how I was talking about how the elements have their own definitions. So maybe you're this emotional person who's being encouraged to be more grounded when it comes to a situation, because maybe you're this passionate individual and you love deeply, you feel deeply. So, you know, it really all depends. Confirm this optical illusion mother lode energy. It says repairman coming out in the reverse. Maybe you need to fix your vision. All right. I believe in reading reversals, but at the same time, I also believe that the card can resonate in its upright position. It doesn't just have to be read in reverse, which usually I'll read the reversals in like a darker energy. Like, for instance, it says repair, fine tune, heal, and fix. Maybe these things could be involved, right? But not to its best extent. Like, maybe something could try to be worked on, but it's not getting worked out in the best way. Or maybe there's still some more, like, it really all depends. But another way that I would read it is complete opposite, right? Repair, fine tune, heal, and fix. I'll think of the complete opposite, like something is not healed, something is not being fixed or repaired, right? But going back to this mother lode and optical illusion, when it comes to your accomplishments, when it comes to success, you know, because sometimes people think, oh, well, I'll have to accomplish this to be looked at as successful. But a lot of times I feel like success is really just who you are as a person, not what you have or anything like that, right? So maybe some of you guys need to fix your vision, because you've been projected upon. You've been projected upon when it came to money, when it came to what success means. All right. So maybe you need to repair your relationship with money. Maybe you need to look at things differently. Maybe you need to fix your vision when it comes to certain things. Maybe this will give you a better advantage, right? Maybe some of you guys need to set a plan. Maybe it really all depends, because this can be talking about like bettering your finances, or for some of you guys, money coming in and learning how to better manage or save it. Like, it could really be many things. Okay. So the repairman energy, which came out in reverse, can tie to repair, fine-tune, heal, fix, many working parts, reset, proceed carefully, needs fixing, make adjustments, recover, skilled, make things right, mend, restore, and upgrade it. So a lot of you guys, life is about to be upgraded. For some of you guys, you're being encouraged to restore something. Once again, it could be your vision, the way you look at things, especially because the mother lode is also here. We're not just talking about the repairman energy and optical illusion. There's 3 cards here. So this one matters as well. So I feel like it mainly has something to do for sure with fortune, prosperity, advantage, accomplishment, success, right? Money maker energy. But as an intuitive reader, you don't just have to look at it specifically as that. It can be really anything, but I just know for sure that's the message here as well. Just apply it to how it fits for you. All right. When it comes to a situation, you're going to be encouraged to proceed carefully as well. Like maybe when it comes to some type of money situation, because maybe something isn't fully clear, or maybe something is not what it seems. All right. So maybe you need to fix your vision when it comes to what success means to you, when it comes to your relationship with money. Maybe some of you guys, money is about to be restored. You got some money coming in. Maybe some of you guys have contracts within money that you need to be careful on. All right. It really all depends. Confirm this yacht and sword and justice energy. Way too many cards, but let's see. All right. This can tie to multiple people involved rather than just you. Maybe you're needing to find some type of relief when it comes to your community, when it comes to your mental, because sometimes you guys can be in your head. You could be very logical or critical or cold. Maybe you're dealing with a person that's like this, and you're going to be encouraged to learn how to relax a bit more, co-create. You know, I'm seeing like team effort here. Maybe some of you guys are going to learn how to go about something in a different way that works for you and others. Maybe it'll be traditional based, like going by the book of something. Maybe it'll be something tending to connection, communication, conversation, or getting through to someone, or someone getting through to you. But overall, I feel like sleep, support, suspend, find relief, vacation, in limbo, self-actualization could be very significant. Gemini, Cancer, Libra, Aquarius, and Sagittarius energy can be significant. Yeah, maybe needing to be more balanced, right, within yourself, for there to be balance within your communication with other people or their communication with you. Maybe I feel like you can live a more justified life and luxurious life depending on how you are within. Like some of you guys, you just need a vacation. Some of you guys, you just need to learn how to co-create with people as a team. Maybe communicating something, because remember earlier we were talking about, in the beginning when we were talking about what's blocking you when it comes to your relationships, a lot of you, it was like not communicating your needs or whatever the case may be. It's really different for everyone. This can even tie to reaching out. Like maybe somebody's going to reach out to you, or maybe you're going to reach out to them. Yeah, I feel like that's, yeah, it's reminding me of cause and effect. To come into a life of prosperity or luxury or adventure, it's really about cause and effect. Maybe it's also about who you know as well. That's a separate message I'm getting. But we got the person of air coming out. Remember we had the person of water coming out earlier? The person of air is coming out with this, which ties to the great mentalist. So teachers, lawyers, surgeons, journalists, and chefs could be very significant. So some of you guys need to recover from something, or you're in recovery from something. You're being encouraged to find relief, maybe meditate, relax, spend some time off from either certain people, maybe get into solitude, or like, because maybe this can help bring back justice in a community or crew situation. It says crew. So, you know, usually when you think of crew, you think about your everyday people, or, you know, your circle. So really emotions, finance, career, or really all of the above is coming out and is being talked about. Your life overall, even within you. So some of you guys can do really great justice doing yoga and deep breathing. Especially dealing with people who are probably not like you, right? Welcome in. Yeah, it's time though. It's time for something. It was so many freaking cards that came out. Just give me one card for this sword and justice situation. Yeah, it's talking about intuition, because the crystal ball is now coming out. So this can be talking about futuristic things, occult situations, or simple gifts like intuition and discernment, right? Your sixth sense, instinct. Going about things in a way that's fair, going about things in a way that, you know, involves your intuition. Divination is also here. Future planning, past, present, future energy, which is funny because we started this message off as past, present, future. So your past, present, and future could be really significant. But this most definitely is tied to your inner knowing. Thank you for the follow, honey. Yeah, this is my backup page, babe. I appreciate the follow. If you guys want to follow my main account, you just click my bio and it'll say main account. Yeah, so just use your intuition when it comes to your adventures in your life, whether you're adventuring on your own or whether you're adventuring with other people. When it comes to the law or justice, when it comes to really anything, right? Okay, confirm more about, let's see, this bird-caged forked road energy. There go yoga again. So I feel like a lot of you guys, like I said, you're an emotional idolist, right? You're emotionally connected. Things can probably get to you more than it does other people. You can probably be a very sensitive individual, which is really a good thing. But I feel like you need to learn how to, like a person like you would do very, very good with yoga and, you know, stuff like that. You're a passionate, deep individual, you know? And sometimes you probably connect with people who are the opposite, or people who just, you know? So I feel like this will help in your relationships individually with yourself and with other people. And it can also help within different areas of your life, even as travel or mindset or wealth, health, you know, 'cause just talking about your health, you know, you don't want to be stressing yourself out because this happened because you're this deep feeling individual who got sad and now you're angry, you know? Yeah, it's like choose your battles. On the back of the card, it says achievement, recognition, overthrow, success, victory, winner, conquest, king of the mountain, bragging rights, carry the day. So, although there's like this universe and all this information, beliefs here to there, nobody really knows, is this true, is it not, you know? So the best thing you can do is really go based off not projections, not what everybody else is telling you is correct, not the beliefs that were already created in the world, but just based on your own knowing, your experiences, and your gifts. Okay? Because some things, it's not what it seems. All right? Some things can go a long way if you go based off of cause and effect is a real thing. So do your yoga. Okay? Some of you guys may really want freedom, but I feel like you're free. You know, you have free will. Angel number 444 is here. 777. All right. 567. Angel number 66. As well as 666. Some of y'all probably scared of that number because you grew up religious, but it's not what you think it is. Okay? Look it up if you want. But yeah, I'm getting the energy. You won't break my soul. Don't allow. You need to be happy. Don't allow people, situations, circumstances to interfere with your life, with your vitality, with your happiness. Because at the end of the day, you can change whatever you don't want. At the end of the day, you feel like, oh, I'm not free. But you are free. It's just all in your head. Right? Some of y'all, you let your emotions get the best of you. And it's just because you're this deep feeling person, you know, who can easily become disappointed, who can easily see things in a certain aspect. But just give yourself enlightenment. All right? If you're codependent, you may want to work on that. If you're dealing with codependent people, you may want to set boundaries. If you need to network, you may want to network. If you're already connected to people who are not doing anything with their life, you may want to reconsider some things and separate yourself, get into your own space 100% of the time. Give people space to grow. Give yourself space to grow. All right, confirm more of this yacht, sword, and justice energy. Yeah. That need to communicate. Coming out again. All right. Confirm this repair, mother low, optical illusion energy. Yep. Whatever's going on, we got danger coming out with that. Just got to be mindful. We already talked about that earlier, but that's confirmation. Confirm this bird cage, yoga, forked road energy. Yeah, new level. Then I don't know why I'm hearing new level, new levels, new devils energy. There's always going to be something, right, that happens, especially if that's your mindset, if that's how you look at things. I told y'all, you create your reality based on your beliefs, the way, like, your actions, the way you see things. So choose your battles, okay? If you know that you're this emotional person and things get to you, you got to work on not, like, things not getting to you. Like, you know, like, you just gotta make things make sense. You gotta choose your battles. But I'm seeing new level here. So lessons, blessings, experiences, whatever. I feel like it really all depends on how you look at stuff. From this person of water, broken vase, happening soon, kerosene energy. What is this? We got it's not the truth. Confirmation. I'm telling you, you create your reality. So you can easily feel like, oh, life is shitty, when your life is probably not as shitty as you think it is. You can probably be like, oh, I'm cursed. Life is just, everything is danger. When no, that's not the case. Okay? So I feel like a lot of things, it's not the truth, like how you take things personally or how you look at things. Like, just really give yourself enlightenment. We got superstar in the back. Period. All right, any more messages for the collective? We got someone's watching you. I mean, of course, you're a superstar. You're this humanitarian person. You probably are a very rare individual compared to everybody else on the planet. So maybe some of y'all, you got people who watching you, like, confirm someone's watching you. I feel like somebody always gonna be watching. You know, look, we got love story. This can tie to someone who you allowed to become close to your heart. So it can be old friends, current friends, family members that you talk to or don't talk to. It could be romantic connections that you're involved with or that you're no longer involved with. It could really be anybody, but I feel like it's somebody that you know and somebody that you let close to your heart before, right? Someone who you probably loved. For a lot of you guys, it can tie to romance, though. All right, what else for the collective? Like, that's a good example to use. You know how you get into this energy of, like, people staring at you, and say if this is something that you hate, right? But, I mean, it's not a crime. So, instead of allowing yourself to get upset about it, you know, maybe give yourself enlightenment. Like, oh, well, they're just probably staring because da-da-da. Or, I know that this is something that will probably drive me insane. So to keep me from being like, this is tied to something that I also can't control. So instead of me flipping out about this, because that means that it's going to be a guaranteed flip out, then let me just think differently about it. Let me just shift it. Let me just do this. Like, choose your battles. Like, play smarter, not harder. Okay, life don't have to be challenging. Life don't have to be difficult. We pretty much make it that way. Okay, shift your mindset if needed. Give yourself enlightenment, heal, look at things differently, trust your intuition at all times, okay? Look, it says, don't believe that. Your mind could probably be telling you, remember we talked about the optical illusion, when some things are probably unclear, because a lot of things, you probably look at things a certain way, because that's what exists to you. That's why it's important to get to know yourself individually, outside of the things that were taught to you, outside of like all of that. You know, sometimes you just need to go on this individual path and just experience life, you know, like deprogram from everything you once knew and allow yourself to reprogram in a new space, right? Because like how you grew up religious, that most definitely read out majority of your life. You was operating from a religious standpoint instead of a more less restrictive and free standpoint. You know, that's an example. The spirituality can be done the same depending on how you learn, right? How you intake something. Like for me, I started off spirituality feeling like there was a right way of spirituality. So off the rip, that was a confusing journey for me. Like, not in the beginning, but for sure later on down the line. So I really feel like it's all about how you see things, how you interpret things, and how you attach yourself to a situation. Like, if you feel like you've been wronged in a situation, instead of feeling like, you know, thinking of forgiveness and thinking of, you know, oh, they didn't really know any better. That was just who they were. Or they just need help. If you just look at it like, oh, they taught me religion, they lied to me. Or this person cheated on me, I hate them. I already said what I said. All right? Choose your battles. If you know you're this deep feeling person, also don't be falling head over heels for people before you get to know them. That's a heartbreak ready to happen. That's disappointment ready to happen. Destruction ready to happen. Burden ready to happen. All right? So I love how I created the saying, anything that's negative is false, because it actually helps you a lot, right? So don't believe that in anything negative, because it's false. All right, it's false. It says brush with criminals. I don't know what this means. All right, and my other phone is over there, so I can't really look up what does brush with criminals mean. But if you're seeing this, maybe, I'm not going to encourage going outside of yourself. Just ask yourself personally, what does this mean to me? Or for those of you who are already used to going outside of yourself, you can look up what this may mean. Because I honestly don't know what this means. But from ask myself, or whatever just floated in my head, was learn how to coexist with people who may not be like you, and who may not have the emotional, mental, etc. capacity to operate like you do. I feel like you will still be able to exist. You see how the world is filled with crime, but you're not a criminal, but yet you can still exist in this plane and still live knowing that the world is filled with a bunch of people who are just not like you, or whatever the case may be. But it really all depends. Like, coexisting, co-creating, not taking things personal, but still being passionate about things. Like, you don't have to completely change yourself. You're a sensitive person. Nobody's saying don't be sensitive no more. But it's just like, make things work for you. All right? But first, you'll have to get your mind on the same, you know? Sometimes it's a mind thing. All right? You're welcome. All right, we got ideal result coming out in the reverse. Like I said, some of y'all probably already feeling like, oh, I want my life to be like this. But maybe that's not how it's meant to be. Maybe you could benefit more if you go through the struggles in life instead of having a perfect life. Maybe you'll benefit from it more instead of experience something that you want rather than what you needed, right? So I don't know what the ideal result is to you, but sometimes that's not the ideal result, okay? Once again, you can also look at this in its upright position. So ideal result, if you operate in this space, maybe life will be more easier. Maybe life will be more simple. Maybe life will be less hectic and less hurtful. Okay? We got lead on the back. Some of you guys are leaders. We already talked about the healers, the teachers, and all this other stuff. Some of you guys are most definitely being encouraged to lead. All right? You're not supposed to be in the back. You're supposed to be leading. All right? But how can you fully lead if you're still figuring yourself out? You're like what you stand for. Like, as I told y'all, half of y'all still have beliefs that are not yours, you know? So what I just say, look, just use your intuition. Because no matter if you've been persuaded otherwise, if you've been misled, regardless, I feel like you will come into the truth some way, somehow. Well, I guess it really all depends, but I can only speak for me. But lead. Stop being scared. Stop feeling like you're not meant to be a leader. You know, everybody is meant to really be a leader, but sometimes people don't rise up in their potential. Like, people have the potential, but they just don't live up to who they could be. All right? But this is not the same for the earth angels and the star seeds and the people with these, like, all of this energy. Like, a lot of people can't come in this energy that you come in. A lot of people can't be healers and counselors and like all this, you know? They have the potential, but we ain't talking about potential. We be talking about the facts and what's going on. Okay? So I don't know. It's just like you're a teacher and you're a student in your life. You can teach a lot of people. You can bring people on the right path. Turn a criminal into a saint, right? Because in reality, people have potential. It's just maybe they haven't met someone like you to come in and lead. You know, sometimes you don't need a leader. Sometimes other people do, though. Sometimes you're the teacher and you didn't need to be taught certain things. It was just within you, like, for some reason. But that's not how it is. You're the teacher and you didn't need to be taught certain things. It was just within you, like, for some reason. But that's not how it is with everybody. All right, any last messages for the collective? We got clown coming out. Confirm clown. Some of y'all should get into multiple languages. All right, become bilingual or multifaceted within language, right? You create your life. I'm telling you, the only reason why you're not bilingual is because you're not bilingual. Because you didn't see, sometimes we give ourselves karma. Sometimes we get projected on in life and our path goes a whole different way than what it was meant to be. But at the end of the day, it's going to be on you. Regardless if you were misled, regardless if you believe in things that are not true, it's going to be on you. Okay? So, if you want to, you have either two paths. You can be in lack, you can be never reach your highest potential, or you can live out your destiny and create the life that you were always meant to live. But at the end of the day, once again, I said create. Some things may fall out the sky for you, but not every damn thing. Okay? So, once again, if you don't know multiple languages, that's on you. Learn them. If you're not where you want to be in life, okay, take a methodical approach to get there. Like, you know, some things is really just common sense if you think about it. It says follow your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your heart. All right. So we got change and we got new opportunity. It also came out in reverse. Some of you guys, whatever slipped out of your fingers or whatever you weren't really prepared for at the time is coming back around. It's going to be up to you, though, to complete this or whatever the case may be. But change is here and new opportunity is here. Okay, I'm seeing an ideal result. Be mindful that we did call out danger earlier. That's because this can be about how you look at things. It could be your relationship with money. It could be learning how to trust in your intuition when it comes to things to do and not to do, right? Which I mainly feel like this is some type of financial situation that it's talking about, or the way that you handle things or operate in the world. All right, somebody that you were romantically involved with could be watching you, or maybe somebody who you had like a close relationship with, friends, family, you know, stuff like that. All right, some of you guys need to deprogram, to reprogram, because it's like you've outgrown a lot of things. It's like you've come into a new version of yourself. So you have to leave behind what no longer serves you, whether it's people, mindsets, beliefs, all of that. And like I told you, beliefs are basically things that you don't know is true. You don't have really the facts to prove these things, but you just believe it, right? Like, for instance, for a lot of people who grew up religious, they never seen Jesus in their life. They never knew any of these things to exist, right? Just like how you was told Santa Claus was real. You didn't have the proof, but you thought it was real, right? It's like those are beliefs, right? That's why I say trust more in your knowing rather than beliefs. But if you're gonna believe in anything, at least let it be positive, right? Nothing that's gonna restrict you, put fear in your heart, whatever the case may be. All right. Rise. A need to communicate. Remember, if you haven't seen this video in the beginning, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. We was talking about what was blocking you guys when it comes to why you're single or your relationships or life overall, right? And a lot of it was talking about needing to communicate, express yourself clearly and concisely, or it was really talking about a lot of stuff: fear of touch, vulnerability, even stuff that tied to not putting all your eggs in one basket. It tied to a lot of stuff. But yeah, superstar. Some of you guys could really be famous from being a comedian as well. So like I said, follow your heart. Whatever you want to do, get into it. Some of y'all, you know, your childhood dreams was broken and shattered. Like some things you probably would have done if your childhood didn't go a certain way. But once again, don't allow your circumstances or experiences to, you know, take away from what you're meant to experience. Like, experience it all. For half of you guys that believe in chosen one energy and the angel number 144 and all this stuff, this purpose and all this, sometimes experiencing things is going to help you come into who you're truly meant to be, and it's going to help you be able to teach others. Some of you guys, you're the person that has to experience things in order to teach or learn or whatever the case may be, right? That's why you probably are a jack of all trades. You want to get into this, you want to do this, you want to do that. Don't feel like you can't. It's going to be people who tell you, what? You can't do that. Or how you want to be an architect and a fashion designer. Those are two different things. Like, I'm telling you, it's been said to me before. I remember I was telling somebody in college, an advisor at that, oh, I want to get into this, I want to get into that. You know, boom, boom. And they was looking at me like I was crazy, honey. They was like, and they basically knocked the motivation and inspiration right out of me. So it can happen. That's why you can't allow people to project on you. Because some people, they only speak from a level of restriction themselves. Maybe somebody else told them the same thing, you know. So once again, don't allow other people or yourself to get in the way of a life of luxury, a life of fulfillment. Okay? Because no matter what, this is your life. And you can't say, oh, well, they made me not want to. Because at the end of the day, you're going to be the one with the regrets. You can't allow things to stop you, hold you back, change your mindset, change who you are. Okay? Remember, it's not the truth. Trust in that intuition. All right, let's see. Let's get some last messages in here from the tarot, and we'll go ahead and end this live. All right? If you can't stay for the full message, or if you missed the beginning, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. The link is in the bio. If you don't see the link in this bio, click where it says main TikTok, and then you'll just go to that link, because I have 2 TikToks. This is my backup one, and if you click my bio, it'll have my main TikTok there, and you'll just click it. You can follow it if you want, and it'll have my link there if you don't see a link on this platform. But yeah, you can find the YouTube video there. Maybe sometime this week, if not today or tomorrow. Okay, let's see. Any more messages for the collective? I pretty much said everything that I needed to say. You know, look, Ace of Cups, I'm telling you, why is life not fulfilling to you within your career, within your love life, within this, within that? Like, express yourself, be creative, heal, grow, achieve. Okay? Because life could be better than how it is. Sometimes it's us that's causing our life to be more hectic. Sometimes it's the people that we have around us. Sometimes it's the mindsets we have, the beliefs we have, because that's what create our reality, our beliefs, our actions, you know? So your love life could be really, really great, but maybe for some of you guys, it's you know, but it could be better. A lot of things could be better. So don't focus on the things that you can't control, but more so on the things that you can. Create the life that you want. Don't allow outdated thinking and projected beliefs to interfere. Right? Got the world here. It's your life. co-create it. I'm telling you, co-create with the universe. This says end of a chapter. So I feel like you guys are closing out a chapter. Maybe some of you guys heard this message and you got it. Life will be different from here on out. For others of you guys, maybe you still got another, of an open book, another chapter to get into, and another. But it's not a race. It's not a competition. If you knew better, you'll do better. Sometimes we just got to bump our head to really, get it. But I feel like we got a test of faith. Some of you guys, your faith has been tested. And I don't mean like purposely God or some figment of your imagination is in the sky testing you, like, unless you believe in that. Like I told you, your beliefs create your reality. So if you feel like you're being tested at every point and area in your life, you probably gonna, stress yourself out. But just make it work for you, okay? Make life easier, not harder. So I'm seeing achievement, success, sense of belonging, accomplishment, integration, wholeness, fulfillment, and travel. I'm also seeing bliss, romantic success, new romance, flowing emotion, and this is it, as well as joy. But since it was coming out sideways, it can also be like a time of reflection as well. Because maybe you're holding back, maybe you're repressed, maybe you need to tune into your intuition, maybe you need to take care of yourself, maybe you need to focus more on self-love rather than constantly giving to people outside of yourself, right? So within love, within life, you're entering a new chapter because there's been an ending of a chapter. Something has been completed. Something was a success. And for others of you guys, this is what's to come. Okay, I feel like for so long you've been drained. You probably are still in this energy where you're like ready for something else to come, but I feel like that's it. It's really all up to you. Like how you think, your perspective of things, how you take things. So work smarter, not harder, okay? But that's pretty much what I'm seeing for y'all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the likes and the gifts. I appreciate that. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you can be aware of when I go live again. All right, yeah. Some of y'all, the Empress is coming out in reverse. This is a time to really tap back into your creative side, to come back into loving yourself and nurturing yourself, okay? Because some of y'all, your creativity is blocked. Some of y'all are insecure. Some of y'all need to pay attention to your body because your body is trying to tell you things. Some of you guys are probably in this dependent energy, right? It's okay to have support. It's okay to have people on your side, but it's also okay to not. It's also okay to stand 10 toes as well, and to be able to without like with ease, Negligence is here. Don't be neglecting yourself. Okay, get in the shower, do a spiritual bath, spiritual cleanse, something. Get back into you. Tap back in with this divine feminine. All right, with your feminine power, because there's a lot of things that are blocked. Like, I understand you came into certain successes and achievements, and you may have succeeded in something recently or presently or in the near future. But don't allow all the things that you went through to completely take away from your essence. All right? That sparkle in your eye is going away. No. All right? But a wish is being granted. And I feel like this can also be like you doing something as well. Like, remember I said a shift of a perspective or releasing outdated beliefs or thinking. All right, this ties to contentment, spirituality, inspiration. Like, what is spirituality to you? Not what it was to other people, not what other people taught you. That's the thing. You're still going based off what other people are projecting onto you. Because who's to say what they're saying is true? A lot of you guys are more authorized, all right, more qualified to be in certain spaces than other people, but you out here not leading. You out here following behind other people and what they're saying. You out here doing this and doing that, Take the message how it resonates. All right, it says altruistic. I swear I said this word before, but for some reason I can't pronounce it. But I'm sure it has something to do with the arts or creativity or something. It's Altruistic. Altruistic. I know it's not. Oh, it's probably altruistic. I don't know. We got serenity, purpose, renewal, healing, hope, calm, and faith. So I feel like y'all was in a dark period of life, and you're coming into a new period of life where you're going to have this sense of belonging, you know, coming out of a state of depression and into a state of inspiration and motivation, and you know. But I feel like some things you also, it's cause and effect. Sometimes you have to be the one to do the actual work as well. Sometimes you can't expect yourself to just poof, you're in a better energy. So do the work that's necessary, and don't forget the things that I've already mentioned. All right, because some of you guys, you're still operating from a space of deep emotional pain. Okay, but this can change very quickly if you allow it to. All right, I understand this is something that's new to you. You've probably never done this before, but you probably know that this is the way to go, and that you'll have a much more satisfying life operate in a certain space. So I wish you well. There was no energy exchange needed, but I do return the collective's energy back to them, and I release my energy back to me. Don't forget, if you missed this video, it will be uploaded to my YouTube. Link in bio. If you can't find my link, just click this page. You will see main TikTok. Click my main TikTok and go on that link tree. You should see my link tree there, where it has my YouTube, Instagram, other stuff as well, website. All right, but I really did enjoy this message. All right, and I will see you guys another time. Stay safe and dangerous. All right, I love you, but it's important to love yourself.